Hey guys, hope everyone's going well. I'm going to be talking a little bit this afternoon or now. Lunch, just after lunch here in Perth, but afternoon for most of you guys. I'm going to be talking about sponsorship since it is that time of the year. So it's coming towards the end of the season. Obviously, the MX Nationals finished. Supercross is just kicking off. But for most of us, the season is on the way out. Okay, nearly done or done for a lot of you. So what we're going to be talking about today is how to pick up 10 sponsors in 7 days. Since this is going to be such a big topic, obviously this is the time that everyone's looking for help for the 2017 season. They're wanting people to be able to get on board to help them support them for the next season, which is awesome. Cool. So wanting to get a little bit of help. So I'm going to help you to be able to have a shit ton of sponsors. Okay, and people that are supporting you. But before we go into that, there's something very important to be able to note with sponsorship. There's that a lot of riders and racers miss. Okay, there's an exchange in value. Sponsorship is an exchange in value between two parties. Okay, so we have the business or the people that are sponsoring you, that are helping you, and you. Okay, the rider and racer. Now, in order for sponsorship to work over the long term, there needs to be high levels of value exchanged from both sides. Okay, so the rider needs to feel that they're getting more value from their sponsor than what they're giving, and the same needs to feel the same for the other person. So the person helping the racer needs to feel that they're getting more value than what they're actually giving for that exchange to be able to take place. Okay, because why would you sponsor? Why would you give money? Why would you give product to someone if you knew that you were going to lose money and lose out? You just wouldn't do it, right? So the same thing applies for sponsorship. And what we need to be able to work on with sponsorship is being able to make sure that we know that is number one. The second thing to be able to note with sponsorship is that value that is being exchanged is different for a lot of people. Okay. So what's valuable to you or what you think is valuable for someone else may not be. Okay. So I wrote an article a while back about this, but I wanted to put a video together as well. So let's think about a bike store. Okay. Everyone wants to be sponsored by a bike store, right? So think about a bike store. Now, a bike store is someone who owns a business, okay, that obviously wants to help to grow their business, okay? So they're going to have certain things that are important to them and that they want that helps them to be able to grow their business. So first of all, you need to be able to find out if we're going towards a bike shop and wanting sponsorship from them, we need to be able to find out from them what their goals are and what they're working towards, okay? And we need to be able to find out how we can help them achieve those goals, okay? Because when we find out what they want and we find out what the biggest problem that they're having is with being able to grow their business or whatever their goals are, then we can come up with solutions to be able to help them achieve that, okay? So let's just say that you go to a bike store and he says, okay, well, the biggest problem is that we don't get a lot of races in here. We get a lot of people that are just off the street that go and ride in the pines, but he really likes working with races, and they don't have many of the races in the store at the moment. And that's something that they're a bit of a problem. And that's something they want to be able to pick up. They want to have the regular people coming in all the time, buying bikes, buying parts. Okay, which is cool. All right. So now that you know that, now what you need to do is reverse engineer and go, okay, how can you help? How can you make that happen? Okay, how can you get them to be able to get more races into their store? Okay, and this might mean a few different things. That might mean putting stickers on your bike. That might mean going to their display days on a Saturday morning for a couple of hours and having your bike out the front. That might mean doing a photo shoot for them with your bike and with your gear. That might mean walking around in the pits or mentioning it to friends, sending a message or sending an email out to your friends and letting them know about the bike store and maybe some of the promotions that they've got on. There's a whole string of stuff that you can do to be able to help them. But the most important thing is you need to be able to know what they find valuable. Okay? So you can't just assume that putting stickers on your bike is going to drive millions and millions and millions of races to their store and then that's going to be it, okay? Or you can't assume that being able to get up on the podium and thank them and mention their name, along with 50 other thousand sponsors that are mentioned by every other single rider that's been up there, is going to generate a heap of races into their store. Okay, a lot of races are very one-sided in terms of the way they think with sponsorship, and they treat it more as a donation rather than an actual sponsorship. Okay, so what a donation is where someone's giving you money or giving you product, but not expecting anything in return. Okay, and that's what a lot of people have. A lot of people think that they have sponsorship, but they don't. Really what they have is just a donation. Someone giving them money, someone giving them product, someone helping them. They doesn't really want to return. They're just doing it because they like you, you're a great person. Okay, and they want to be able to help. And that's cool. But there's only so much that can go. There's only so much that people or businesses can give, okay, without having a return. So it kind of caps how much you're able to get, okay, or how well you're able to work the sponsorship. So what you need to be able to find out is, for example, in the bike store that we were talking about here. So if you're going to a bike store and their goal is to get more races in, ask them how or what you can do to be able to help that, to make that happen. Okay, what can you do to be able to make that happen? So you're asking them. Okay, for most bike shops, it's not really going to matter how many stickers you put on your bike. Okay, it's not going to matter if you have a full graphics kit with their name all over it. Okay, and you mention them at every single podium. It doesn't matter if you got on the podium 10, 20 times in a year and mention their name at every single presentation. Hey, Bo, it's probably not going to make a difference. It's probably not going to drive too much traffic, too many races into their store. Okay, this comes back to a little bit of not obviously knowledge on marketing, and to a degree, you need to be able to treat yourself as a brand, as a business. Okay, because that's what you're doing, helping to be an ambassador, helping to promote someone else's brand and represent their brand. So first of all, we need to be able to find out what they want you to do to be able to help them. Okay, so if you go to the bike store and you say, okay, they're after heaps of races, they want to work more on their races. Okay, you say to them, what can you do? What can you do to be able to help them to be able to achieve that? Okay, and they might go, okay, well, what we want you to do is we want you to post up on Facebook for us. Okay, so we have these specials that we have fortnightly, or maybe, okay, let's use this as an example. Every Saturday morning we have a day where we get all the bikes out the front and everyone can come and sit on them, but we don't really normally get too many people. So because you have the relationship, or you have the friends, you're in the scene at racing, we want to be able to work on getting more races down. So would you be able to invite all your friends, everyone that you know from the track, send them out an email, Facebook messages, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is, text messages, okay, and be able to invite them down on Saturday morning just to come down, have a look at the bikes, have a look at the shop, and we're going to be giving out some prizes there as well on the Saturday morning. Okay, so what that's doing is leveraging your group of friends, leveraging your network, okay? Because remember, everyone that a bike shop knows is going to be different to everyone that you know. Now, if you're in the racing scene, or predominantly most of your friends, most of the people you hang out with are going to be racers. So if you can leverage that network to be able to get people down there, then that's something that's going to help them, okay? And then people are going to be more likely to be able to help you. Now, the reason that they'd be more likely to help you doing that is because you've helped, sorry, had a reminder come up, is because you've helped them first, okay? And that's the most important thing, is being able to gain leverage with potential sponsors by being the person that delivers results first, okay? Everyone's in the game of asking. Every rider puts out applications, okay? They want sponsors. They want more people to help them, okay? I see heaps of Facebook posts going up at the moment of looking for sponsorship for 2017. Does anyone want to help? No one wants to help, okay? And the reason that no one wants to jump on board and help, okay, and offer proper sponsorship is because you haven't added any value in the first place, okay? Every rider says the same stuff. Yes, I'll put your name in the program. I'll mention you on the podium. I will put some stickers on my bike, okay? And all of that stuff is not likely to generate too much traffic for someone's business, okay? It's not going to change their business. It's not going to be something that's going to promote them to keep putting money into you, to keep giving you products, because it's not helping them. So we need to be able to find out what's going to help them, okay? And so that's what we need to do. But the most important thing is being able to ask, okay? And provide value up front. Provide results in advance, okay? So before you've even got sponsorship, before you've even asked for sponsorship, add value, okay? Go down to your local bike shop. Use the same bike shop all the time, okay? Most of you probably go to the same bike shop, right? Go there, go, okay, what's the goals for this bike shop? Where do they want to be? How can I help you? How can I help this business? How can I help you with your bike shop? Okay, how can I help make it better? What do you want to do? Okay, maybe that's something completely different. Maybe it's not that they want more races. Maybe they just want you to get to do some photos for them. Maybe they want to do a photo shoot and they want to update their website. They don't have anyone that has a decent, or they want to get a rider, a racer, to be able to put on there to show that they have heaps of riders and racers coming to their shop, but they don't have anyone that's really up for the task. Go and do a photo shoot for them, okay? Go and donate your time, okay? That's the biggest thing. The thing that's worth the most, but costs the least, is your time, okay? So by giving up your time, that shows that you're committed to being able to help them. Now, when you help people up front first, they're going to be a lot more likely to be able to help you. So with the bike shop, for example, go and help them. See what you can do to help them, okay? I had someone in one of our motorsport development program here in Perth do this and ended up getting massive levels of discount on his tyres for road racing, okay? Purely from applying this stuff. And that's the hardest part, is applying this stuff, okay? It's easy to watch the video. It's easy to read my articles. That stuff's the easy bit. Actually getting on the phone and ringing people up, that's the tough bit, okay? Going into shops and seeing people, that's the tough bit, okay? But you need to be able to make sure that you're adding value first. So show them. Come up with some sort of package first to give you a baseline of what you can provide, okay? Everyone can put their name in the program booklet. Everyone can mention someone's name at the presentations, okay? But you need to find out exactly what they want. You need to dig deep. Find out what they find valuable, okay? Because chances are what you find value and what you think is going to help is going to be completely different to what they find is actually helpful. And that's when you're going to find you're going to have that conflict between two parties, or there's not going to be an agreement because the one person wants one thing, but you think they need something else, okay? And then that's how we don't develop a solid sponsorship. So that's important to be able to note, is that there has to be an exchange in value between two parties, okay? Always has to be an exchange in value between two parties. When there's no exchange in value, or there's unequal exchanges in value, one party's winning and one party's losing, then that's when there's going to be dramas, okay? So, and that's what happens for a lot of riders and races, okay? Most of it's just donations. They're not really sponsorships. Think about all the best riders in the world, okay? At the highest level. So think about, say, Ryan Dungey, Ken Roxon, okay? Eli Tomac, all these guys, right? All the guys at the very, very top. They have heaps of sponsors, okay? And they're true sponsors. So, for example, for Ryan Dungey, sponsored by Red Bull, okay? It's not just Red Bull get him a helmet painted up and he looks awesome and he puts the logo on his jersey and pants and he's good to go. That's it. We'll send over hundreds of thousands of dollars for Ryan Dungey to do that. That's not it, okay? That's only part of it. Same as you guys like mentioning your sponsors' names and putting stickers on your bike. That's only part of it. It's not the whole thing. What you probably don't see, or maybe don't take too much notice of, is all the other work that goes into that. So you'll notice that with Red Bull, like I walked into, I'm pretty sure it was Ryan Dungey, might have been someone else. I walked into a petrol station, was filling up with petrol, and they had all the energy drinks like they do there usually, and it was a cardboard cutout of Ryan Dungey. or I think it might have been Monster Energy, actually, for someone else. I can't remember. Some racer had a cardboard cutout there at the front with the energy drinks, okay? Now, those photos don't get taken via a miracle, okay? They're done through photo shoots. So that Ryan Dungey's had to go and give up time, okay? Go and spend a few hours doing photo shoots, getting dressed up in a studio, putting makeup on, all the rest of the crap that goes with taking photos to be able to do that, okay? They also do signing days, okay? Where they go to specific shops or they do fundraisers, okay? Where they get a whole bunch of people and they go down to the local shop and they sign stuff for hours, okay? They do like charity events. I think it was might have been Ryan Dungey actually, had a cycling charity event, okay, that he was part of and that he was doing. So although, yes, it's awesome it looks like they're living the dream and they're getting all this stuff for nothing, just for racing. Really, they're not. It's an exchange in value, okay? Because remember, when Red Bull's putting money into Ryan Dungey, when Red Bull's putting money into KTM, they're expecting to get a bigger return back. Otherwise, they wouldn't put the money in, okay? Why would you do that? Why would you put money into something and spend money on something if you knew that you wouldn't get a return back from it? You just wouldn't do it, okay? That's why you buy it in the purpose of buying stuff and not buying stuff. So when you go and buy a bike, you spend all that money on a bike because you know that you're going to get higher levels of enjoyment and value back from that. Okay. Likewise, you don't go and you don't spend money on stuff that you know you don't need. Okay. Because you know that it's not going to deliver that value back to you. Okay. That's the reason you make a decision to buy stuff and not to buy stuff. Hey, Nicole, is because you don't feel you're going to get that value back. Okay, and that's why you need to have that exchange in value. So looking at sponsorship, looking at Dungey, looking at Tomac, looking at all those top guys, they're not just getting paid the big bucks to slap a Monster Energy sticker on their helmet and jersey and pants, and then they're good to go, and they just get shit tons of money, okay, and products for life. They're actually working for that, okay? And part of that is obviously their influencers, okay? So they're people that are big in the industry that people look up to. So that's part of it. That gives them a heap of leverage. Remember that most of you guys watching this aren't going to have that level of leverage. Chances are that most people watching this video aren't a world champion, okay? So you don't have that level of leverage. So that means that you have to do even more work. So just think about this. Eli Tomac, Ken Roxon, Ryan Dungey, they're all doing photo shoots and all those. They're doing charity runs and signings and all these types of things, okay? Doing like the Red Bull Rhythm and all these other types of events, okay? To be able to help represent their brands, you need to be able to go over and above what they're doing. So think about it. If they're doing photo shoots and they're doing all these weird activities that are different from riding, then you need to do even more than that because you don't have that level of influence on the community like those do, okay, like those guys at the top do. So what we need to be able to focus on is that exchange in value. It's the most important thing, okay, and being able to take that into account. So think about it. If you've had any sponsorships before, okay, if you've had sponsors before that have worked with you and then have stopped working with you, the reason that they stopped working with you is because there's been that exchange in value. Maybe what you were doing for them or what they were getting from the deal isn't as good as when they first started, okay? Or maybe then it was just a donation. It was only something they could do for a short period of time. But when you get the real upside, when you get the real advantage, is when you can help someone else get what they want. Okay, because if you can help a bike shop get a heap more races in there and they start selling a heap more parts and getting a heap more people, they're going to want to help you. Okay, they're going to go, oh, holy shit, John Smith, you've been helping us get a heap of people here. You've really gone to the effort. You've put up Facebook posts. We've seen them all over Facebook. You've referred us people. This is awesome. Here you go. Here's a set of tyres for every state round, okay? Here's a $500 voucher for you to spend in our shop for the rest of the season, okay? Here's a discount on your bike. Here's whatever, okay? They're going to want to help you because they know that, okay, he's really gone to the effort to be able to help us. They kind of feel like they're in debt, okay? They have to help you back, okay? And this isn't something that's going to, I'm not saying this works 100% of the time, okay? You might continuously help someone and it takes a while for them to eventually help you back, okay? But people want to be able to help. Think about people that have helped you, right? You automatically want to help them back. If you've had someone at the track and you've forgotten your toolbox or haven't had the right tool, right? And you go and borrow it off them, they go, yeah, here you go, I'll come over and help you, I'll do it for you, I'll help you change the wheel, whatever it is, and help you out. Then the next time that they're in trouble, okay, their car battery goes flat, you're going to be the first person up there going, okay, yeah, shit, I've got a charger pack you can use. Here we go, let's jumpstart it, okay? You're going to be more likely to be able to help them because they've helped you first. And that's what you need to apply to sponsorship. You need to be able to help them first, and then they will help you back, okay? And it's all about being able to develop that relationship. So in terms of the title, how to get 10 sponsors in 7 days, that's relatively easy, okay? Go and provide as much value as you possibly can to every single business or person that you've ever come in contact with. How can you help them? Okay, get on the phone with them. See what you can do to help them. It's not even about trying to get the sponsorship on the first call, okay? Or trying to be the person that's getting the deal done straight away. It's about being able to help people, okay? And when you can help them get what they want, they'll help you to be able to get what you want. And at the end of the day, that's how it is, okay? You need to be able to help them get what they want, and then they'll help you in return, okay? And then you can work together as a team. And that means you're also going to have a better quality sponsorship because you're going to be able to get a lot more out of it because they're getting a lot more out of it, but it's going to be a lot more sustainable as well, okay? Donations are only sustainable for a certain period of time. So if someone's giving you money from their business, okay, and they're not getting a return, maybe their business is going well, okay? They've got $500 bucks, $1,000, whatever it is, laying around ready to go, okay? When their business changes, you're going to be the first person that gets the cut, okay? The first person that goes because they've got to spend that money elsewhere. Think about this. All the money that's going to you, people don't think as business as humans, okay? People think as business of just this thing, okay, that's full of money, that is just waiting to be plucked out of the air. when it's not. Businesses are run by people, okay? So what you have to be able to know is that when people are running these businesses, obviously they need money to be able to buy more stock, to be able to pay their employees, okay, pay everyone, but they need to be able to use that money, okay? And as well, they need to be able to pay themselves after they've done all the hard work to be able to build the business, okay? So I was just reading your comment, Nicole. So Nicole is saying, as a sponsor, we want to see what you will do for us and how well you do it. Nothing worse than sponsored riders not adhering to their contracts. Definitely. So it's all about being able to add value. It's exactly like we've been talking about. Being able to add value to your sponsors and being able to help them as best you possibly can. Okay? But to help them as best you possibly can, you need to ask them what they first want. If you don't know what they want, it's impossible for you to help them, okay? So think about this, right? Let's just say I've got $1,000, right? And I know that you really, really love racing motorbikes, okay? Hey, Mikhail, so you really, really love motocross, okay? And you race, you spend all your time doing it, you've been doing it for years, you live and breathe it. It's all you do, okay? And I know that you really, really hate ballet dancing, okay? And it's something that you've never been interested in. It's boring. Your sister's done it, but you never used to go. Even when it was her biggest competition, you never went because it was just that boring and something that you really hated. If I spend $1,000, okay, and buy you a set of gear, I'll buy you the latest Fox gear, I'll buy you a new helmet, okay, and kit you out, spend that $1,000 and kit you out for the season, how do you think you're going to feel? Okay. Obviously, you're going to be like, shit, yeah, this is awesome. This is the best, okay? You're like, oh, he just brought me all this gear. This is awesome. You're going to perceive that as more than $1,000, okay? You're going to be like, shit, I've got all this stuff. This is awesome, okay? And you're going to be like, sweet, this is valuable. You're going to do anything for that person, okay? You would do anything for them. So they just brought you $1,000 worth of gear. You'd be like, yeah, what can I do for you? How can I help you? What do I have to do to be able to keep getting more of this? This is awesome, okay? But likewise, look on the other end of the spectrum. What if I spent that $1,000 on ballet clothes and then gave it to you? Okay, so I brought you the top of the line ballet shoes, I brought you a ballet outfit, okay, and then sent that to you as part of the sponsorship. What would you do then? Would you have that same reaction? Would you be like, oh shit, yeah, I've got $1,000 worth of ballet gear, got the best ballet shoes, this is awesome, even though you hate ballet? Chances are probably not, okay? They're both worth $1,000. The gear's worth $1,000. The ballet stuff's worth $1,000. It's just that the gear is more valuable to you, whereas the ballet stuff isn't, okay? And that's exactly the way sponsorship works. You need to make sure that what you're doing to be able to help your sponsors is valuable in their eyes, okay? Not valuable in your eyes. So your little sister might like ballet, and $1,000 of ballet gear might be like the shit, okay? But for you, it's not. And that's exactly the same as sponsorship works. So when you're working with your sponsors, when you're working with a bike shop, a particular business, what you need to be able to make sure is that you're delivering value in terms of what they perceive as value, not what you perceive as value, because what you find valuable is likely very different to what they find valuable. So it's all about being able to build that relationship, being able to build up a nice strong connection, but being able to give before you receive, okay? Being able to add value. See who you can help, okay? So 10 sponsors in 7 days shouldn't be that hard to be able to get. Go and have a look at all the shops you currently go to, okay? All the shops you currently shop at. Ask what you can do to be able to help them achieve what they're hoping to achieve. Whether that's an online bike store, whether that's a bike store from overseas, whether that's your local businesses, whether that's friends and families businesses. Ask what you can do to be able to help them, okay? And what would help them to be able to get more people to be able to grow their business or whatever their goals are, okay? Their goals might not be growing their business. Maybe they have other goals that they're working towards, okay? Maybe they want to go on a holiday or they want to do this, they want to do that, whatever they've got. But you need to be able to find out what they want. Otherwise, you can't help them get there. When you can't help them get there, why would they give you money, okay? Why would they give you products? Why would they give you this stuff to be able to get things going? And that's the most important thing, the biggest distinction. I suppose the biggest maybe problems we had in the early days with sponsorship with some of the people that we worked with, and I've seen from obviously being in riding and racing for a long time as well. Now I've been on both sides of the fence. I've been a racer for 14 years trying to get sponsorship, and now I have my own business working with heaps of people that are asking me for sponsorship, and I know what's happening because I made those same mistakes for the 14 years that I was looking for sponsorship. Always asking and never working on the opposite end of the spectrum, never looking at the other side of the fence where we got to look at what they want first, okay? Don't even worry about what you want, okay? Don't ask people for money. Don't ask people for product. ask them what they want first, okay? That might be that they want a brand ambassador and they want you to wear all their clothes. That might be that they want more customers. That might mean that they want you to do a photo shoot for them. That might mean that they want you to come down on Saturday mornings and put a couple of hours aside. That might mean that they want you to go to a motorbike display show, okay? A whole heap of stuff, but you don't know what they want unless you ask. You got to ask. Ask the questions, you get the answers, okay? If you don't ask, you don't get the answers, and you don't get the sponsorship. You don't win, okay? So that's just some stuff there for you guys to be able to digest. I know there's a fair bit there. You can give me a like if you found this useful at all. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow. So this was our second live stream for today. Got 2 in. And we'll see you guys for our live stream tomorrow. And remember, tonight, train hard, race harder. See you guys.